Alright, so today we're going to look at how to solve polynomial equations by using grouping, or actually kind of using the box method that we did with solving quadratics. So I've got x cubed plus 4x squared minus 2x minus 8 equals 0. So it's already in four terms, so I'm actually just going to put each of the four terms into our box. Again, just like we did with factoring quadratics. So I'm going to put the first term, x cubed, 4x squared, negative 2x, and minus 8. Now, in order for this to work, I'm going to have some common factors. So for x cubed and 4x squared, I can pull out an x squared. And what I really want to check is do my multiplication. X squared times what is x cubed? That's x. And x squared times what is 4x squared? And that is 4. Now, in order for this to work and make sure I'm okay, when I check what value comes down here, x times what is negative 2x, that's negative 2. It also has to make sure I work in this last box, and 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. So this is factorable. Okay, so I'm going to get my two parentheses, x plus 4 and x squared minus 2. Now, since it's an equation, it's set equal to 0. And then just like we did before, we're going to set each factor equal to 0 and solve for x. So one equation I'm going to have is x plus 4 equals 0, which is x equals negative 4. And the second one's going to be actually a quadratic, x squared minus 2 equals 0. So to solve, I'm going to add 2. Isolate that x squared, so x squared equals 2. Now to get rid of the square, I need to take the square root. Don't forget that plus or minus, so I'm going to get x equals plus or minus the square root of 2. And so then my final answers are going to be x equals negative 4, positive square root of 2, and the opposite of the square root of 2. And so there are my three answers, and since it's a cubic polynomial, I should have three answers, just like with linear. I always had one answer. With quadratics, I always had two. With cubics, I should always have three. Now again, this method doesn't work all the time. So just because there's four terms in it for the cubic doesn't mean this grouping or box method is going to work. It only works if all the multiplication checks out. Okay? And so basically there had to be a leftover common factor. When I pulled out an x from x cubed plus 4x squared, I was left with x plus 4. When I pull a negative 2 out from negative 2x minus 8, negative 2 times x is negative 2x, and negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. And so it kind of checks all the multiplication in here. So it's a method that's not going to work every time, but it is something to definitely try if I've got a four-term polynomial that I'm trying to solve, and by using a factoring type of method.